Welcome to the Watch and Whisper channel. I'm G Butterfly and I'm here to give you my review of the Culture Tour that was at the Houston Toyota Center last night. Well, it did not disappoint. I knew it would not, and it didn't. We had a great time. The music was outstanding. Plug Charlie Wilson. But also, New Edition, Jodeci, everybody did an awesome job. Well, Jodeci started the concert off. They came out, did some of their greatest hits. You know, they hail from Charlotte, North Carolina. They came in and did some of their greatest hits, which was Forever My Lady, Can I Talk to You, Freaking You, Fiending. And when I tell you that voice, Casey was still able to hit the notes like he was back in the day. And JoJo, I was glad to see that JoJo was still able to sing. I mean, they sound great. In my opinion, I thought they did an awesome job. Actually, I've been seeing JoJo on Growing Up Hip Hop. His daughter is on there. I can't remember the young lady's name, but also Casey's son. So I was glad to see him transition from the music scene into TV. So just if you want to check him out on Growing Up Hip Hop. I can't remember the channel. But anyway, back to the concert. They did a great job. I think they stayed on stage about 25 minutes. They didn't have a lot of production behind them. They pretty much came out there, sung. But with Casey and JoJo, they really don't need a lot of extra because their voice is enough. But again, they did a great job. So I was glad to see them because I hadn't seen them in a very long time. Now, Charlie Wilson came out. He was the middle act. Charlie Wilson does not disappoint. I don't care where you see him. And I've seen him multiple times. I can't even count on my hands how many times I've seen Charlie Wilson. He did a phenomenal job as usual. His dancers did a great job. You know, they do what they have to do on the stage to add to his production. He gets out there and he danced with him a little bit, bop with him a little bit. But it was so funny because he mentioned that he's recently had knee surgery on both knees. Now, I remember a previous concert I went to and he was then saying that he needed to have knee surgery, but he hadn't had it at the time. Well, he had it prior to coming to the concert. I don't know when he had it, but it was prior to this show. When I tell you, the way he was moving, you can tell something is a little off with him. And then when he said he had knee surgery, I'm like, okay, that's what it is. But it was so funny because when he does his wardrobe changes in between his different songs. Well, he had a wardrobe change and he came out with a white jacket. And oh my goodness, he was walking like, just the way he was walking, I said, those knees giving him a problem. But that's okay because like he said last night, we do not pay to come see him dance. We come to hear him sing. And when I tell you that instrument that he have does not disappoint, Charlie Wilson can still hit those notes flawless. And he did it last night. Charlie Wilson, when he hits the stage, he's going to give you a show. So he sung some of his greatest hits. You know, he sung Burn Rubber on Me, Charlie. Great job. He also, Here Comes My Baby. Everybody likes that. He sung Outstanding, I'm Blessed, and a lot of his other songs. And I don't know if I mentioned he's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was the lead singer or one of the singers with the Gap Band until he went solo. He's an amazing performer, amazing. And for him to still perform at the level that he performs for his age, I say, hey, you keep doing your thing, Charlie Wilson, because every time you come to Houston, I'm going to try to make sure I check you out. But yeah, he did a great job last night. He also took a moment, not even a moment, he took quite a little bit of time, maybe about 5-6 minutes, which is quite an amount of time when you're watching a concert. And he talked about his previous drug addiction and how he's been clean for 27 years. And I was like, that's all right. And he was saying that he gave all glory to God for his sobriety for the last 27 years. And he said he told God every chance he get, he's going to tell someone about his how he's been delivered from that. And I said, you know what? I don't know who in the audience needed to hear that, but if he continues to give that testimony, someone out there needed to hear that last night. That could have been all of the confirmation they needed to say, you know what? If God can bring him out of that, bring Charlie Wilson out of it, that person may be saying, God can bring me out of it. So I think it's wonderful that he takes a few minutes in his set to give God praise, tell his testimony, because he's doing it not for himself. He's doing it for somebody else that's out there in the audience. And I know somebody received what he was saying last night. And again, phenomenal show when it comes to Charlie Wilson. He did the damn thing last night. So I was really glad about that. Now, also, the next group that came out, which we knew it was the headliner, New Edition. I was excited about that because I hadn't seen them in a couple of years. Well, they sung all of their hits. You know, they come from Boston. They sung all of their hits. Can You Stand the Rain? Candy Girl, Mr. Telephone Man, Is This the End? Any Heartbreak? Jealous Girl, just to name a few. They did the thing. They were dancing. You know, they were known for having precision steps. last night, now I can tell you the one thing that I didn't really care for in their set. They had a lot of female dancers. And I think it's great that they have female dancers. However, they are known for their precision steps and their moves on the stage. And I think the ladies on the stage just made it too busy. There was too much going on, and you couldn't really focus in on what you wanted to see was the steps of New Edition while they sung their songs. So other than that, it was just too busy. That's all I'm gonna say. It was too busy on the stage. Now, the transition from song to song with New Edition, I really liked the way they did it, because you had all 6 guys that you had: Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Then you had Johnny Gill and Bobby Brown. So you had the New Edition group. You had Johnny Gill, Bobby Brown, Ralph Tresvant, and BBD. So you had 5 acts all combined into one, and they all transitioned on the stage. And the way they would smoothly transition, you wouldn't even realize that one of them was missing. They wasn't there. So they would transition when it was time to change clothes, when BBD transitioned into Johnny Gill singing, when they transitioned back into New Edition singing, then they transitioned into Ralph Tresvant. Now, Ralph Tresvant only sung one song that I can remember of his own. So I wasn't really sure. I would have liked to have seen him sing some of his other hits. Now, Johnny Gill, you know, he's always going to sing the My, 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 the red dress, My, My, My. He's always going to do that. And I think he did about 3 of his own songs. BBD came out and killed it. Did an awesome job. But New Edition, flawless. Now, I will say this. Toyota Center is a sporting venue. And I don't know if when they built the venue, did they have in mind that they were going to have full productions there with music and the sound system, because every time I go to a concert there, the music always seems to be a little loud and overpower the singers. Now, as we know, if you've been a fan of BBD and New Edition for any length of time, you know that Ralph Tresvant is not a very hard singer, and neither is Ricky Bell, and they both lead on some of the songs with New Edition, and Ricky Bell leads on BBD. So when they were singing, I felt like the music was just a little too loud for their voice. So had they pulled back on the music a little bit, we probably could have heard them a little bit more. But overall, they did a good job. Bobby Brown, now you know when Bobby Brown came out, he killed it. You know he did. Everybody was just happy to see Bobby Brown. You know, he's gone through a lot, but just to see him be able to come back and perform. Now, you know he got tired because he got a little weight on him. You know, he got a little weight on him, so he was getting tired, and you could tell. However, his voice, he couldn't hit the notes that he probably hit 20 years ago. And I would say the same thing with Ricky Bell. Ricky Bell, I think it was when he was singing for BBD, and he was leading, you could hear that he wasn't able to hit some of the notes that he previously probably was able to hit. Now, me personally, I've never thought that Ricky Bell was a very strong singer. I always felt like Ralph Tresvant was the voice of New Edition, along with Johnny Gill when he actually came into the group. So Ricky Bell, I just never thought he was a strong singer. And last night when he sung by himself, lead on a few songs, you can hear that he wasn't hitting the notes as well. Then that could have been attributed to a lot of different things. I don't know. But overall, the concert was good. They said it was sold out. I'm not certain if it was sold out or not, but it was a lot of people. A lot of people there. So if you have an opportunity, if the Culture Tour comes to your town, please make it a point to go out and see the show. Jodeci, Charlie Wilson, New Edition did not disappoint last night. I would encourage you all. You will have a wonderful time. And the one thing I liked about the concert, not necessarily with Charlie Wilson, again, I see him all the time. Jodeci, I would love to see Jodeci maybe headline their own tour or go to a smaller venue and it's just Jodeci. I would really like to see that. Now, the one thing I liked about New Edition, even though they've been out for a very long time, they came out, I don't know if I said it earlier, in 1978. The nostalgia you feel when you hear the songs from New Edition, that was enough right there. Whether they hit every note, whether they hit every dance move, it didn't matter. It just took you down memory lane from your childhood, through your teenage years, through your young adult years until right now. That's what you want to go to a concert. You want to feel all of those emotions when you go, and you want to be able to just sing along. I mean, because we were singing along, bopping in our seat, having a great time. So thank you, Charlie Wilson. Thank you, Jodeci. Thank you, New Edition, for coming to Houston and gracing us with your performances last night with the Culture Tour. Hope you come again soon. All right. Bye-bye.